Hi guys. Okay, so real talk in the car. I'm in the car driving. Like I always am, right? Okay, so I'm gonna make this video because I might not be able to make another video in a long time, but this is in response to a inbox that I got. It was very long, but I do appreciate it because for you to find me worthy to answer this question for you, I am so honored. Okay, so real talk. This is to encourage you that you are not only an aide, you're not only a tech, you're not only the CNA. And for us in our position, sometimes we feel that we are not worth anything or our job is not important because of how we're treated, mainly by other staff. And sometimes they can make us feel like what we do doesn't matter. Some nurses, I've heard some nurses say, oh, a monkey could do your job. Or, your job doesn't really require any thinking, when it actually does. We think all the time, and our mind is going all the time with concerns about the patient. Because, for instance, we're thinking about their safety. When we come into the room, we start scanning, and this is automatic. And we start scanning, okay, what's missing, what we need to implement. The patient, does the patient have any socks on? We're getting ready to take them to the bathroom. Okay, no socks. This is in the way, that's in the way. We're thinking patient safety. If we weren't thinking, we would just get the patient up and take them to the bathroom without considering all the safety measures. So we are doing a lot in our job. We do think a lot. We have to make choices just like everybody else. So I'm saying this to say that you're not a monkey, like how some people make you feel like your job is not important. Anybody can do your job. No, anybody cannot do our job, because we do take a lot of emotional abuse. We do get the stories from the patient, and we sit there and we talk to them and we take on what they're feeling, and we have to hear certain things that we may not want to hear. And we're that comfort, we're that support for them, for the patient. And a lot of people don't have the patience, the tolerance, or just even care. And some people work like that, but some don't. But that just goes to say that this job is not for everybody. And if you're in this job, I want you to be proud of doing your job, no matter who makes you feel what way. Sometimes the patient make you feel bad. They'll say, oh, you're just an aide, or oh, you're just a CNA. Well, can you just give me some water? They treat you like you are there just to get them snacks, or to just take them to the bathroom, wait on them hand and foot, get what they need. They'll say, oh, the nurse will ask, for instance, I've been in a room with the drape was, the curtain was closed, and the nurse was over there with the patient. The patient didn't know I was there with the other patient. And then the nurse asked her, is there anything I can get for you? Oh no, I'll just ask the aide to get it for me. And the nurse is like, I can get it for you. You don't have to ask the aide to do it. I can get it. Oh no, it's her job. I'll just ask. And what I appreciated about that conversation was the nurse went on to say, no, don't call the aide. Tell me and I will get it for you. She went on kind of like to check her in a nice way, to let her know that we are your care team. It's our responsibility. It's not this job is for that person, that job is for that person. Because when you break it up like that, we overwhelm each other. And then the patient now would have to wait for the CNA or the aide or the tech, whatever you're called, for them to finish what they're doing so that they can be catered to. And then that's when they get an attitude because the aide took too long. But the nurse explicitly said, I can get it for you, I can do it for you. And sometimes the patients do that to themselves, and then they get mad when we're not there in time. But what I want to tell you is you are worth something. and hold your head up. You know, when you're, for instance, in a room with, say that you're in a staff meeting and there's nurses there, there's other techs, or you may be the only tech or CNA or aide in the room. Don't go to the back, put your head down, and look like, you know, you are not important. You be confident. Hold your head up. You are somebody. You're a part of a care team. We all are a part of a care team. We just have different job descriptions. We just specialize in things that are a little different, but we're all caring for the patient. And all of our jobs are important. You know, so you hold your head up. You answer questions. You be assertive, because you know, if you change your attitude about yourself, and sometimes it's just us projecting our own attitudes about ourselves onto others, and they probably don't even feel that way. They probably already think that you are somebody, but because you think that you're not somebody, because maybe you don't have the education, you don't have the experience, or because you get paid a little different, you get paid less. Sometimes we think that we're nothing because of that, and all of that affects our self-esteem. It affects our self-worth, and then it affects our job. It affects how we perform and how we think on our job. So all of that, we have to first take a look at ourselves and say, you know, what do I think about myself first? What do I think about myself in this role as a patient care tech or as a CNA? And then you have to determine that. Is this where you want it to be in life? Do you want to continue to do this? Are you proud of what you do? It all comes down to that as well. Because if you feel good about yourself, and you know that you're worth something, and you know that you're important and valuable, it doesn't matter what other people say. It doesn't matter what other people think about you, because you know who you are. But if you don't know who you are, and you start letting other people's attitudes and what they say you are affect you, even though you are not that, then that's what you're going to be. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, as a man thinks, so is he. And it's the truth of that is, whatever you think about yourself, that is what you're going to become. If you think you're worthless, you're going to be worthless. You're going to start acting like that, because your behaviors mimic what's in your mind. So when you're at that staff meeting, you hold your head up, and sometimes these things, we have to practice them because we've been feeling a certain way so long. Now you want to change your thinking. Now you say, you know what, next staff meeting, I'm going in there with my head up high. I'm going to sit right there in front of the class, or in front of, you know, sit in the front. I'm not going to go hide somewhere in the back. I'm not going to play with my fingernails, and I'm not going to have my head down when the director is talking. I'm going to look up, because I am somebody in that room, and I provide awesome care to my patients, and I want that to be known. You know, sometimes you just have to take on these behaviors, even though they're uncomfortable at first, but the more you practice them, the more you begin to do them, the better you'll feel about yourself, and then people will start to see the confidence change in you, and they'll start treating you better. Example, when, I think I spoke about this before on one of my old videos, like 5 years ago. I went into a patient's room, the family was there and all of that, and I went to introduce myself to the patient and to the family. And one of the family members of the patient, they asked me if I was the nurse, and I said, no, I'm not the nurse, I'm the CNA for tonight. And then she said, oh, I thought you was a nurse, you were so authoritative, you were so you know, confident, and she was like, your whole personality and everything, you didn't come in, oh, my name is, and I'll be, all timid and like you don't have anything to offer. I came in there knowing my stuff, and this is who I am, and people see that. And sometimes you don't have to say anything, it's just all in your demeanor. What's on the outside is showing what's on the inside of you. So I just want you to know that you are not just a aide, you're not just a tech, you're not just a CNA. You are somebody who is a part of a care team. And because we spend so much time with our patients, we are facilitators in healing. Sometimes they just need a gentle touch physically. Sometimes they just need a kind, comforting word. Sometimes they just need you to sit in silence. They need a person to do that. And oftentimes, many of us, techs or nurses, we don't get to do that for our patients because we have so many tasks to do, so much responsibilities, and it just takes one of us to do that for a patient to make all the difference in the world for them. And sometimes we are the ones, techs, aides, CNAs, to do that for the patient, and that can just change their whole perspective on their situation and help them heal. That's what we're there for, right? We're agents of healing. I think I'm an agent of healing. That's what I'm there for, to help these people get better. Because I'm sure if I was in the hospital, if I was in the hospital before, just last year having my baby, I had a C-section. I had a baby. My baby came early, 11 weeks early. And I had the most awesome nurses, and they were there helping facilitate my healing, doing the things that I couldn't do for myself, walking with me slowly in the hallway. You know, one of them went down with me so that I can see my baby for the first time. You know, all of that stuff meant something, because especially when your family isn't there. My family wasn't there, my husband was, but then I had to tell him, you know, you can't come down here because we have other kids at home. So he had to be with them, and then he had his father who was elderly. So I was in the hospital by myself until my church people came, and my church family came to visit me. But it was those crucial moments, those first early moments, that really made a difference when that nurse was there for me. There was no techs there. They didn't have techs, but I'm sure the tech would have been awesome, because where I was, it's a good place. It was a good place to be. So just know that you're important, and you need to exemplify that, express that every time you go to work. And I think that type of mentality and that attitude also has a lot to do with job satisfaction. A lot of people, oh, I hate being a CNA, I hate doing this and this, and then you hear all these complaints. And I think knowing who you are and appreciating the job that you have and knowing why you do what you do has a impact on those type of negative comments that you hear about being a CNA, or being a patient care tech, or being an aide, whatever you're called at your job. So you, my dear, who inbox me that long message, you hold your head up. You like what you do, you say you love what you do, then don't let the negative people, because they have ego issues, don't let them dictate your feelings on what you already know you are supposed to be doing. And if you want to go higher, go higher. If you don't want to go higher, don't go higher. Some people don't want to go higher. Some people don't want to become a nurse. They just want to do what they're doing at that time. They want to be a CNA. They want to be a tech. And they want to continue to be a CNA, or a tech, or an aide. And there is nothing wrong with that. We don't know people's financial situation. They may not need to do anything. They might be happy with where they are. Some people don't even care about the financial. Some people just want to have more responsibility. So they have to get more education so they can be able to do more things. So whatever your reason for doing what it is that you're doing, know your reason and be happy and satisfied with your reason. If not, you're going to have other people dictate your reasons for you, and that's when you're going to start catching feelings and doubting yourself and feeling that you're worthless. Okay, you guys, so you guys be encouraged. I've been a CNA for 7 years, And I have come across attitudes like that. And and I was that person at first when I first started working, because I came from retail. First of all, I came from accounting. I didn't like dealing with people, being next to people. I just wanted to be myself. I was totally fine and happy with that. But then after I had my kids, and then I went into retail, and I had to start working with people and customers and things like that, I had to change who I was. And then when I went into healthcare, and all of this was changing careers was based on what my family needed. And then when I went into healthcare, I said, you know, a light went on, and it was like, this is where I need to be. And I've been there ever since. And when I first came to the long-term facility and I was working, you know, I was timid, I was shy, you know, this whole thing was just new to me. And I had to develop some values, and I also had to develop certain personality traits and characteristics, because I needed to be strong inside for me, or if I wasn't, that job was going to beat me and tear me down, because you get a lot coming at you emotionally. And if you're not strong inside and you're not strong mentally, knowing who you are, then this is the type of job you would quickly go into and quickly get out of, because somebody hurt your feelings, because someone said something that was out of the way. People are going to say things to you. You got to know how to deal with them. I said in a video a long time ago, don't take these things personally. And you have to train your mind, and you have to believe yourself that this is not personal. You're just there, and they're just kind of giving it to you because you are the outlet at the time. So, I've been rambling. You guys take this advice and do what you need to do with it. But for you, my dear, who sent me that inbox, be strong and know that you are somebody. You make a difference. You are making a difference in your patients' lives, and you go into work with that attitude, and you walk into wherever you're working with your head up high, knowing that you are a part of a care team. You are a part of a team, and you have a role and responsibility, and without you, certain things won't be done. Just know that, and you know that's the truth. Without you, the patients will be missing a lot. Okay, so you guys be blessed, and I will talk to you guys another time.